Hi, lovers. I get a lot of complaints from people who say that, their partners are not, maybe they are not sexually compatible, or their partners are not emotionally available, or their libidos, they have different libidos, partner's libido does not match theirs, and all that, you know. And I've been thinking about that, and I just realized that, a lot of people do not um have a chat with their partner. They don't know their partners before. Actually, they don't know the kind of person their partner is before actually going into a relationship with the partner. And like I always say, communication is key. Communication before a relationship is key. Or if you have communicated with your partner, got to know your partner better, sometimes some of these issues can be resolved, especially when it comes to sex. So today I'm going to be talking about sexual preferences and orientations, and I'm sure you are going to need that information. So stay tuned. You're welcome to Eve's Desire by Tiwa Says, and you already know I'm your pleasure coach. So, like I said, I'm going to be talking about sexual orientations and preferences, and I'm going to start with asexual. If you don't know these things, please come closer and listen carefully. So, I'm starting with asexual. Asexual people are people who are not interested in sex whatsoever. They can be in a relationship, they can love, but when it comes to sex, count them out. They don't do sex at all. They don't do sex. And I'm not talking that, they are nuns, or they are in the convent, or they are popes, or they've decided to be celibate. No. It's not that, they make a decision to be celibate. No. That is how they are. They are not interested in sex at all. They can have a relationship with someone, they can form a bond with someone, but sex is not involved. So you have to get to know the person that you want to go into a relationship with. Don't go and be someone who likes sex and then you're not going into a relationship with someone who is not even interested in sex at all. There's going to be problem. Then on the other side of asexual people is aromantic people. Aromantic people are people who are on the other side. They are sexual, but they are not interested in romantic love or anything at all like that. They are not into romance or romantic love or anything like that, but they are sexual. So people that say, my partner does not show romance, does not do this, does not do that, he's just into sex, but I cannot connect with him romantically. That's how they are. They are not using it to spite you. That is how they are. So aromantic people, they are not romantic. They are not interested in romantic love at all, but then they can still be in a relationship. So those people that always do friends with benefit or no strings attached, they like to do things like that because they don't have time for frivolities. They just go straight to the point. So that's for aromantic people. And then asexual people. Now let's go to bisexual people. Okay, so bisexual people are people who are interested, who form connections with both sexes. So they feel for both sexes. They have sex with both sexes and they form connections, emotional connections with both sexes. They can have relationship with both sexes. Those are bisexual people. And sometimes people say that bisexual people are gay. They are not gay. They are not gay because when you are gay, it means that you are only attracted to is a sex, to a gender, to a particular gender, whether your own gender, you are attracted to your own gender. No, but bisexual people are attracted to both genders. So they are not being gay, they are bisexual. It's a sexual orientation. Then there are biromantic people. Biromantic people are people who can form connections, emotional connections with both sexes, but it is not sexual. So what I'm trying to say is that it is possible for somebody of the same sex to be in love with somebody of their gender, like a man be in love with a man or a woman be in love with a man, or have an emotional attachment or attraction or connection to another woman as a woman, and then a man to another man, but it is not sexual. In the case of bisexual, bisexual, that it is sexual, it is not necessarily emotional, it is sexual. You can have sex with both sexes, but in biromantic, you can have romantic feelings, romantic emotional connections, but it is not sexual. So please be keeping this in mind. so that you know who you are with. Don't be deceived, know who you are with. Have these conversations with your partner, and sometimes you can have discussions or talk about other things that will make you know where they fall exactly. Okay, so now we have demi-romantic people. These are people that cannot form a connection with someone until they cannot be romantically involved, they cannot be emotionally involved with someone until they have formed a bond with that person, until they have connected with that person. That is the only time that they can begin to have feelings, feelings for the person, like okay, that's when they can say, okay, I'm in love with this person. They would have first of all formed a connection. So the situations of love at first sight, it does not work for demi-romantic people. They have to have formed a connection with you before their feelings and their emotions are involved. On the other hand, demisexual people cannot have sex with someone until they have formed a bond. So they can't do one night stand or jump into bed with you, or say, oh, I just met somebody, I'm just attracted, and then okay, we just jump into bed. No, they don't do that. They cannot jump into bed or have sex with someone until they have formed a bond and formed a connection with the person. So you see that there are two sides to the coin. So demisexual, they cannot have sex until they form a connection, and then romantic, they cannot be romantically involved until they form a connection. And sometimes one person can be both of these things. You can be demisexual and demi-romantic at the same time, but not necessarily so. It is important that we know these things and we are clear about these things. Don't just assume, don't just think, okay, oh, this, because of the way you are, you assume, okay, the next person is that way. No, it doesn't work that way. Now there is gray romantic. Those are people that do not even have any form of they don't have any form of attraction, emotional, romantic. No, they are not even into any of that. And those falls for some people that we say that, okay, my partner is not even, my partner is cold. My partner is cold. He's not even, he doesn't he's not available emotionally, he doesn't do romantic things, he's not into touches, he's not into. Those are great romantic people. They don't even have time for such frivolities at all. They don't, if they are going to have sex, they are just going to have sex. There's no feeling involved. There's no, we are having a romantic dinner, or we are taking a romantic walk. No. They are not into all that. So it is important, like I said, and I'll keep saying, that you communicate with your partner. Communication is not just, hello, how are you? How was your day? No, have a sit down with your partner, or the person you are intending to go into a relationship, because once you are already in the relationship with, half of the fight is lost, because it depends if you just want to leave the relationship. But if you are known before getting into the relationship that, okay, this is how this person is, okay, this person doesn't like sex. There are people who don't even like sex, and then you are going into a relationship with someone and you didn't inform the person you are entering into a relationship with, I don't have sex, so I don't really like it, I don't bad it. Maybe once a month is okay for me, or once in 3 months. And then you are getting into a relationship with somebody who is overly sexual, someone that likes to have sex every day. Definitely there's going to be a problem. So these are discussions and talks that we ought to be having. We are not just supposed to be jumping into bed with each other before you are now saying, okay, now let's talk. No, it's too late then. Or falling head over heels with someone without properly knowing who the person is or how the person is. So these conversations are very, very key, and they are very, very important, not just for a strong relationship, for having a strong relationship and a long-lasting relationship, but also having a pleasurable sexual experience or pleasurable sexual relationship with your partner. Because a relationship is embodied of all things. It's not just, okay, relationship. You need sex in the relationship to create the bond, and to keep the bond and keep the fire, the passion going. A relationship without sex, I don't know how it is, except if you are asexual. Like I said, if you are asexual, and asexual means asexual, yes, you are going to have a fulfilling relationship because you are both not into sex and you are on the same page. So that relationship is going to blossom. But if you are demisexual or you bisexual, and then you are going with somebody that is asexual, there's going to be a problem, because they just don't match, and this is not a situation of opposites attract. Opposites do not attract in this case. It's not going to work. So please, let's have these conversations. Let's have these conversations with our partners, intending partners. And if you are already in the relationship, if it's something that can be salvaged, have this relationship, have these conversations, so that we can all have fulfilling, pleasurable experiences and relationships. So now that you have heard me now, that's your talking stage. That person, your talking stage, and you are talking to morning, afternoon, and night. This is the right time for you to have that conversation before you put your leg inside, or if one of your legs is inside, before you put both your legs inside. This is the time to have that conversation. I know that this video has been helpful, even without you saying it. I know. And if you have other questions or other things you want to talk about, please put in the comment section. And don't forget to like this video now, and also click subscribe so that you can get notifications for our future videos. And also follow us on all our social medias at the Eagle, our social media handles at the Eagle Online. And I will see you.